Hello everyone and welcome to Waffen Gaming. My name is Brad. I'm going to be doing a few videos on helpful hints on different parts of Fallout 4. So today what I'm doing is some general hints and tips that you may not have known about or you may know. So let's get started. By the way, I'm doing this on PC, so for Xbox and PlayStation the controls might be slightly different, but I'll do my best to fill you in. Right, so the first one is, as you can see, it's quite dark at the moment with this horrible weather. It's not quite night time, but as you're discovering the wasteland in different parts of the Commonwealth, some areas will be quite dark. If you didn't know, on PC the tab button will bring up your Pip-Boy, just like that. If you hold tab, it illuminates it up as a torch, so it gives you a little bit more light when you're exploring things, helps you see, especially in some of those dark caves, sewers and things like that, which is quite helpful. And to do the same, to turn it off, just hold tab again. Right, another quick tip that I only found out recently is you always get told when you're sprinting to put away your weapon, and it makes it last a little bit longer, or you go a little bit faster. Now, I didn't actually know how to do this until recently, as I just said.
My back hurts,
So,
my feet hurt,
I'm talking
everything
here.
hurts.
On the computer, if you hit R, it reloads. But if you hold R, it puts the weapon away. You can see. So say for Xbox and PlayStation, whatever controls do these certain movements, just try it out and it should work for you. Right. So, those are those two. I'm just reading off my little bit of paper here with all my notes on it. One other thing that I can't quite show you here, and that I found and worried me quite a lot, is I played my main game for a good 3 or 4 days and got quite far, and then I decided to make another game for doing walkthroughs and other bits and pieces. So I loaded that up, played that for a while, and then I thought, right, I'm going to go back to my main game now. Went to load it and I couldn't find that game loaded, the load file for that game. Needless to say, it worried me quite a bit, but it seems that only your current character's load games are available. So if you've got multiple characters, what I did is exit right out of the game, load it up again, and when you're in the main menu on your load screen, it should have all of your characters loaded games, if that makes sense. So it worried me quite a bit that for some reason I'd lost my main saved games, but as I say, it probably makes it a little bit easier than having to go through huge amounts of save games if you've got multiple characters or multiple save points you want to keep. So, right, that one's done, that one's done. Putting the gun away. Right, if you go into where are we, your perk sheet here, and you'll scroll down here. Now you find the Lone Wanderer cheat, which you get bonuses if you're just by yourself and don't have a companion with you. The bonus to this is for dog meat, it doesn't actually count. So you can have this perk and still have dog meat as your companion and still get the benefits from it. Right, as you can see, I don't actually have it because I tend to go with some of the other companions who can actually be armed. Although dog meat is quite good at holding people down, especially with this, as well as finding lost items and things like that. But it is quite a good hint that if you do go for the Lone Wanderer perk, then having dog meat with you doesn't actually affect it. Right, the next one. Where is my companion? Sitting down.
Hey.
Yeah? Oh,
When you
sure.
trade with your companion,
Make me carry more of your junk.
as well as being able to carry some of your extra things, you can, I don't actually have any extra apparel, but you can equip them with items. So if we go to weapons, and I want to give her a Fatmen, hover over it and hit T, and that will equip them. It's the same with clothing and stuff like that. You can equip any clothing you want for them to wear, hit T and they'll put it on. Now when you give them a weapon, if you want to use them, I haven't actually tried this out, but as long as you give them one weapon, oh sorry, one, oh, there we go, one round of ammunition for that weapon, they should be unlimited. If I bring out my weapon, come on, stand up. As you can see now, she's using the Fatmen. You can do this with settlers
Need something?
in your townships as well, or your settlements, sorry. As you can see, if you wanted to use that, just T to equip it. Now for the weapons they originally come with, you don't need any ammunition, but if you want to upgrade their weaponry and give them something else, then you do need to give them at least one round, and from what I understand, it becomes unlimited from them. So, in previous games, if you just stood still for long enough, you could hit, as I say, T on the keyboard and wait a certain amount of time if there was a shop you needed to go to, or you just didn't want to go out at night. In Fallout 4 you actually need to use couches or beds. So sit on that and hit T to wait. And you can select how long you want to wait for, and OK, and it'll slowly tick through that time. Now if you've selected a long amount of time, you can hit tab to cancel. You don't have to wait that whole set of time if you don't want to. Sorry, I'm just reading my notes that I've scribbled down here so I don't miss anything. Go to workbench to do this. So you might see here to scrap, we hit R and this says hit enter to scrap. Now that can be quite annoying, having to go right across the keyboard, so for all of these things you can just hit E and it'll work. It's the same for any dialogue, when you're talking to people, things like that. Instead, if you have to hit enter for anything, you can just hit E. Make it a little bit shorter. Right, merchants. I know ammo can be quite hard to come across. I know I found it quite hard at the start of the game until I got a perk that helped me find a little bit more. When you're buying it off traders and vendors around the place, after a certain amount of time they will restock what they have in. So as long as you've got bottle caps to buy, it's the same with fusion cores and things like that. They will eventually restock, so you can go back to them and buy more ammunition. Alright, a couple of other things with your companion here. If you're sick of them and want to send them off somewhere, just go up to them, talk,
Hey.
You wanted to ask something?
and dismiss. And then you can pick what of your settlements you want to send them to. You can also have another little chat about different
Nothing else I
things.
needed.
No problem.
Another helpful hint is I found when I started off and was getting a whole lot of different companions, some of my settlements had been quite filled up by NPCs that I'd recruited, and I ended up going, well, crap, I can't send them to that settlement, I will just send them here for now. And I actually lost dog meat for quite a substantial amount of time till I found what settlement he was in. So a hint that I've got and that I use is one of the settlements, I think, from memory, no, where did I send them? Up here is just my companions and a couple of NPCs, I believe. So when I finish with them or want to swap out, I always send them to this one little settlement. I always know where they all are. Granted, sometimes they are quite hard to find when they're wandering around in random places, but yeah, it makes it a little bit easier. So alright guys, that was all the general helpful hints I've got so far. I'm going to be doing some more on weapons and armour, settlements, and other little bits and pieces I've figured out. There's one on hacking that I'm going to be doing as well, but I don't have a hacking terminal here at the moment, so I don't really want to make a video an hour long of trying to search to find one, so I'll make that little one on its own. If you've liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to my page. As I say, I'm going to be doing more Fallout 4 videos to come and slowly branching out into different games as well. Thanks for joining me. Hope you found some helpful hints that you didn't know about. Alright guys, see you later.